Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for May. I hope everybody is doing well. I would like to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Virgo out there. So guys, we're going to start with your current energy here, and then we're going to start with May and go from the first week all the way to the end of May. As always, Virgo, please don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Virgo? Virgo. All right, Virgo, you're coming out with the Knight of Wands. Let's see what's crossing that. There could be a situation that is kind of on and off. Yeah, something that's out of balance. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Something is on and off. There's a lack of balance here. I do feel like you'd like communication. You may be thinking somebody's a player. Let me see what's in your background. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. You may have tried to walk away from this situation, but found that you were emotionally still tied to it. Let's see why all this is happening. Queen of Swords in the reverse. So you're angry about something. I can see that. There's some cutting energy here. You may not be open to communication with somebody as well. There's a need for boundaries, but those boundaries need to be appropriate. Let's see what's on your mind. Marriage, commitment, Four of Wands. Let me see what's coming for you in May. The Six of Cups. So there's some fond memories here. This could also be soulmate energy. This could also be a return. If somebody did walk away, if there's been a break, this could be a return of somebody. Let's see how you're showing up. Show me how Virgo is showing up. King of Cups. Okay, so you're showing up here in a loving energy. Your heart is open. You're trying to be fair. But definitely you have love on the mind. Let me see the energy coming towards Virgo. Show me the energy coming towards Virgo. You could be doing a lot of reminiscing right now. Thinking about, fond times, even childhood memories. Show me the energy coming towards Virgo. Show me the energy coming towards Virgo. All right, the Star card in reverse. Could be an Aquarius, but this is somebody who is emotionally feeling unbalanced currently. There's a need for healing in this person. Let me see Spirit's advice for Virgo. The High Priestess in the reverse. There's a need for you to trust your intuition. There could also be some kind of secrets that are being revealed. In the outcome, we have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. So you have some kind of commitment or love that you're thinking about. It does look like you have a new beginning in love here, or something that is happening that's going to make you feel pretty happy by the end of the month. At the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords in the reverse. This is underlying energy, Virgo. So whatever this situation is that has had you so full of anxiety, so full of worry, so full of concern, it is going to be ending. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Knight of Wands here? Okay, so there's been some kind of deception. Yeah, Seven of Swords in the reverse. However, whatever this is, you're already aware of it. This is something that you tried to walk away from, but I feel like you're still emotionally tied to the situation, but there's some sort of deception here. That's what's causing this on and off energy. Now with Judgment here, that does look like it's a reconciliation with someone from your past. Let me see why this Two of Coins is in reverse for Virgo. Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so there could have been some juggling. If so, I believe that has ended. You could have, either you or the other person could have been moving towards someone new. I don't think that's the case anymore, and it did cause a lot of imbalance here. I also see that there's been a lack of communication or a lack of an offer. Why is the Eight of Cups in reverse? King of Wands reversed. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. I feel like you wanted to walk away from a situation, Virgo, but you couldn't do it. There's something here that is keeping you tied to somebody. Even though there's been deception in the connection, I do feel like whatever it is has been exposed. And we do have Spirit giving advice about something that's been exposed as well. So I do feel that you may have been dealing with somebody who was a player. Let me see. But I feel like whatever this is, it's out in the open. So why is the Queen of Swords in reverse? Why is this Queen of Swords in reverse for Virgo? Four of Swords reversed, King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So you may be feeling like this person is a karmic. That this person in your energy is a karmic. I do see that there has been a lack of communication while this is happening, is because you've got two people who are actually very suited for each other, but you're both very angry. I do feel like there will be communication, and that's why all of this is going on, why all this is happening. Why is the Four of Wands here? Why is the Four of Wands here? So what's on your mind is marriage or a commitment. Ace of Wands in the reverse. You could be losing your passion for someone. I do feel like you at one point were very passionate towards this person, but whatever this deception has interfered with that. You're losing the passion in the connection. So I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of going back and forth whether you want to, be committed in this connection or if you want to end the connection. I do see two people who are very angry with one another right now, and there's a lack of emotion with regard to the communication. So let's look at May for you. So show me the month of May for Virgo. Show me the month of May for Virgo. Definitely getting some stuck energy. Show me the month of May for Virgo. There's that Four of Wands again. All right, Virgo, so let's see what we have. All right, so we have the World in reverse. We have the Fool reversed. Temperance. The Knight of Swords. Eight of Swords reversed. Page of Cups reversed. The Magician reversed. Yeah, there's something karmic happening here. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Four of Wands. And the Star card in the upright. Now, this would be the person that's coming towards you. This person could be feeling a little hopeless about a situation. However, what I'm seeing is that by the end of the month, this person is approaching you with hope. All right, so let's talk about May. So I do see you beginning the month of May. You're doing a lot of reminiscing. You're looking back. You could even be thinking about childhood memories. But there's something here in the first week that I feel like you feel there's something with a person from the past that is unresolved. It's not over. There's something that's not over. It looks like there could be a false start, but there's some fear involved. There's some fear with regard to telling the truth or hearing the truth. And I do feel like in the very first week of May, you're kind of in this head in the clouds, dreamy type of energy, but feeling like there's something that is just not completely over. There is a need for healing, and I do see that very strongly. There's something to do with a false start or fear of a beginning. It's like you're trying to work up the courage to take a leap of faith, but it's that same energy. You're going back and forth. Do you stay committed to something or involved in something, or do you end it? There is something to do with either you or the other person having stepped outside of a connection, like a third party energy. So I do feel that there is a need for healing. The good news is you are being guided. You're being spiritually guided here, and that is a very positive thing. By the second week, I do feel that you're going to feel that protection. There's a lot of healing that is coming into place in the second week, and that's because a truth is spoken, either by you or the other person. And whatever this truth is, it releases and relieves that anxiety. And remember, that's the underlying energy as well. So there's been a lot of anxiety, but there's healing that's coming in, a balancing. And it's all hinging upon this truth that is being spoken in the second week, maybe the middle of the month. With the Page of Cups in the reverse, if there was somebody new in the energy, and I'm getting it in two different places, that is not manifesting. It did not manifest. And I think you're putting that to rest. You're so it almost looks like, Virgo, you were trying to decide if you should end an existing relationship or marriage in order to move towards someone new. There's like this desire to do so, but I feel like it's coming from a place that needs healing. Now, that is resolved by the middle of the month. And I feel like you're resolving whatever this third party energy is. It's unclear if this is with you or if this is with the other person, but either way, it doesn't manifest. In the third week of May, I see you, working hard. However, there's something here that about this past connection, it's like you're resolving it. And this would have been with a new energy. It didn't manifest, and I see you're no longer investing in that. So it's like you're trying to make a hard choice, and by the middle of the month, you make that choice. Yeah, you're not investing in this new energy. So, and you're actually seeing it as a poor investment. You may even feel that you were manipulated in some way by this person. At the end of the month, I do see, with this Four of Wands, I see you choosing to stay in a committed connection and actually healing that connection with the energy that is approaching you. And it's going to bring a lot more balance into your life. It's going to bring hope. So it looks like you're trying to make a hard decision between a past energy that you may have felt due to deception, that the passion was gone. It was over. And I feel like you were trying to decide if you should stay in that connection or end it. And there is a third party here. Ultimately, it looks like you're deciding to reunite with this person that you've had difficulty with. It's the same person that, you're both angry. There's going to be a discussion here, it looks like. All right, so let's see your energy. I do see you feeling very hopeful and more balanced by the end of the month. Why is the King of Cups here for Virgo? Why is the King of Cups here for Virgo? See, the Tower popped out. So you're having a Tower moment. Queen of Cups in the reverse. The Tower. And the Six of Swords. So there's somebody that you are ideally suited to. I do feel like this is the person that you're having all the anxiety with or about. It's the person that's approaching you in this energy and the person that you could be angry with. You love this person, but I feel like you kind of go back and forth as to, you know, do I love them? Do I not? Should I move forward? You know, and if so, should I move forward with somebody else, or should I just move forward? There's a desire to escape the situation, to run away. You're going through a tower moment. Yeah, you're going through a tower moment, especially around the middle of the month. And I feel like it's because you're being called upon to make a decision here regarding this relationship. I do see you moving this relationship to smoother waters. I don't see you moving forward by yourself. In this particular deck, the Six of Swords has a family in it. So I do see you moving forward into something much more peaceful. That also lines up with what I'm seeing here in the month, where hope returns and you are balancing out an existing relationship. So let me see why the Star card is in reverse. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. You don't have to be. All right, we have the Ten of Swords reversed. We have the Four of Coins, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this person in your energy, I feel like this is somebody who feels betrayed. This person feels like their dreams were crushed. There's a painful ending, but this person is still holding on to you. This person wants to repair the damage that has been done in this connection. They're showing up as being either very strongly independent or single. But I do feel like they're very guarded. I feel like this person has been doing a lot of prayer. They're trying to connect with their higher self. And I do feel like they want to repair this connection. And it does look like you are doing that by the end of the month. Let me see Spirit's advice. Why is the High Priestess in reverse? I'm hearing what's been done in the dark will come to light. Thank you. Why is the High Priestess in reverse for Virgo? All right, so we have the Six of Wands reversed. We have Justice. And we have the Ten of Wands reversed. Okay, so there was some kind of a secret that was exposed. And if it hasn't been, it will be. I think for most of you, it's already been exposed. Spirit is saying that if you want this connection to be successful, there cannot be secrets. There's a need for you to trust your intuition. And doing so is going to bring justice and balance into the situation. It will also resolve the problem. So the way right now may seem to be very difficult. It's like you're weighed down. You don't know what direction to go. But Spirit is saying balance can be restored in this situation, but you have to trust your intuition, and there has to be transparency. All right, so let's see. You have this Ace of Cups at the end of the month. Let me see. Why is this Ace of Cups here for Virgo? Oh, look at it. There it is again. The High Priestess in the reverse. So it does look like you are following Spirit's advice. We have the Seven of Wands reverse. And we have the Six of Coins. All right. So the person you're dealing with, I will tell you, Virgo, this person is feeling pretty powerless. They're very defensive. However, once you begin to trust your intuition and once all these secrets and everything is revealed, this person is going to drop their defenses. They're going to release that. They could be receiving some poor advice from some other person or some friends. They're not going to follow that advice. I do feel like, you know, you're taking Spirit's advice, which is to trust your intuition. And that's what's going to bring balance back into the situation. And I see a renewal in this relationship. This is definitely somebody from your past. Somebody who felt very betrayed and wants to rebuild this, but I also feel like they're very defensive. The key to them dropping those defenses is for you to be very transparent and to open up, trust your own intuition, And this is going to bring balance into the situation. Yeah, their defenses are going to just melt away. So I'm not sure what happened here, but it does look like there was some third-party energy. And I see you putting a resolution to, not deal with that person. You may even, like I said, feel that that person manipulated you in some way. I don't see you investing in that. I see you actually, reaffirming your commitment to this person that you've been with. So whatever this is, it does look like it's resolvable. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. And this is underlying energy. It does indicate that there was some juggling that took place. It does, I have to be honest with you, Virgo, it does look like it was on your side, according to the cards. If it's not, just reverse it. But it caused a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, concern. I do see that alleviating, particularly around the end of the month. And it's alleviating, Virgo, because there's truth and clarity that's being brought in, which is going to be very healing. You'll be guided in that as well. So you have to be very, very good about listening to your own intuition. I do feel that I feel like you're going to reaffirm yourself and your commitment to a previous connection, though. All right. I'm going to pull from the Foxfire deck, and we will see if there's any further messages for Virgo. All right, so we have number 20, the Garden of the Night. All right, give me just a second, and I will read that for you. There are spaces and places within the world of the kitsune that can be found within the human world too. One of the most magical places of all is a place where we can connect with moonlight in a world that is no longer lit brightly but gleaming with silver, the same as it is during our waking hours, yet entirely different because of the gift of moonlight. When this card comes to you, you're being asked to look at a situation, person, or concern from a very different perspective, and to allow yourself the space to contemplate it at a quiet time, in solitude, under the silver light of the moon. Within this space, there will be imaginative new ways to approach any difficulties, and your inventiveness and ability to dream into being a new approach will be of great help during the daylight hours, which so often belong to the world of work, of family, and of others. In these in-between times, guarded by moonlight, you will not only be able to solve the problem before you, but you will have time alone to rediscover aspects of your soul that cannot seem to be fully expressed at this time during the day. At night, there is another you, another part of your identity, which can be explored and in time allowed to flourish. For you are the gardener of your own soul, and you will tend to what needs to grow within the moonlit hours and allow it in time to come forth into the light of day and become more integrated into the everyday aspects of your world. For now, find this space and place and be illuminated with the silver light of imagination and of infinite possibility. Let your imagination, creativity, dreams, and wonder all feed into your waking life's projects. Let the moonlight and the sunlight intertwine and create magic. That's beautiful. So it could be that you feel in some way, Virgo, that you're not able to be your true, authentic self in every aspect. Because this is kind of, blending together the dark and the light, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine energies. So, take some time to pull back, use the moonlight, some quiet time for reflection, and, figure out that part of you that you feel you've had to keep hidden. And then begin to slowly intertwine it into your everyday life. All right? I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, Virgo, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. And until I see you in your next reading, namaste.